Today we're going to talk about a couple of things that we bought on AliExpress. The first one is this little furrow maker tool. It sort of acts like a plough. One of the things that we have trouble with is actually digging up a bed ready for planting stuff, and this should make the job a lot easier. This has got a spot for a handle, so this is meant for basically a small farm holding where you're doing all the tilling and that by hand. But I'm going to use it as a hand tool, and it should be perfect without any need for a wooden handle. So basically, just going to take you over what we do with our garden beds. This garden bed, we basically had put the thing around it and then put the border around it with the wood.
Oh, good on time.
Hay fever. And then we dug all the dirt that was up in there, put a layer of compost down, dug the dirt and compost together, put another layer of compost down, dig the compost and dirt together, put another layer of compost down and dig it all together, and that's our bed.
A lot of hard work with the spade.
A lot of hard work with the spade, and it results in basically a garden bed which is about 25% soil and 75% organic matter. So very high organic matter garden bed, which is exactly what we want. So what happens is that this will go down over time. You can see it's dropped about a couple of centimeters here. So you have to keep adding it. What we found is that compost will last about 10 years in a garden. So if we didn't add anything more to this, we could grow food here for about 10 years before we had to do anything else. But we like to keep things churning over, so we don't need to dig up a garden bed with a spade anymore, but we do need to dig it up and add a little bit of chicken manure and compost just to make sure it keeps growing. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to test this. I haven't even got this dirty yet, so it's a big experiment. So we had grown peas here, and I'm going to take this off and prepare the soil, and it'll put the cages back because we'll be growing tomatoes here. So basically just unhook it from its tether.
The cages are a really good system. It means that you can support your plants that tend to sprawl a bit.
So normally what we'd do is we'd dig like this. We'd put the stuff on there and dig it in like that.
Just with the little hand trowel.
Yeah, twisting motion, which is really hard work on your wrists and that, and not a good idea. So what we're going to try and do now is use a pulling motion to get exactly the same effect, which you can see.
It's working quite well.
Yeah, it is working quite well. And we haven't used it this way before. It's just a complete experiment. So we're very happy with that. So, oh, look at that. You can use the side of it to even it out and all sorts of good stuff. So I dug that just as a little experiment. What we'll do now is put a bit of chicken manure down.
Dynamic lifter.
Dynamic lifter. And a bit of compost. Okay. And we're just going to dig all this up. Look at that. It's mixing it in as it works. So, pretty good.
You haven't even had to take the pole out.
No, well, try to avoid as much work as possible. And I'll just put my back to you and do it the other direction because this tool works best for pulling. This is going to be very successful in our garden, so it's a new thing that we can...
We're always looking for ways to make gardening easier and more fun.
Yeah, so you can slam it in and then just drag it back.
Works well.
Yep. Okay. So now you can see there's some quite lumps in there, which brings us to our second new tool.
Yeah, there's a couple of big lumps there.
Yeah. This tool like any good super tool, turns us into super wombats. Ah, look at those claws. Okay.
Perfect for digging.
Perfect for digging, like super wombats, so yeah. So we can just grab it and dig it just like a wombat. Oh.
Break up those lumps.
Yep, it's actually pretty good for even going along the side there. Bits we didn't get with the other thing. But, leave the weeds over there. Look at that. Is that doing a good job or what?
Yeah.
And, oh, can even pick up weeds with it. Definitely super wombat. Spider-Man, move over. Okay, so I'll put the cages back and we'll use that for
Tomatoes, isn't it?
Yeah. So we bought these off AliExpress. Great little claw gloves. Really good. Feel nice too. And this is a furrow maker. I was actually looking for a little hand plough, but it actually does the same job. One of the things I'm interested in with this is actually digging up potatoes, because one of the problems we have is when we have potatoes, if you dig them with anything sharp, it tends to cut them. Whereas if we use this, we'll be pulling the potatoes off to the side. Normally when they harvest potatoes, they use a plough and just plough the potatoes up. So I've got a dead potato plant here. Let's see if we can... Oh, there we go. We've got a potato. We've got a few little potatoes there. Ah, red ones. I didn't even know we had any in there. So that might be very good for harvesting potatoes. Supposed to be blue potatoes in there, isn't there?
Oh, the purple ones, yeah.
Oh well. Must have been a red one got in there by accident. I don't know how yet. We planted the blue ones a little bit too early and looks like they've all rotted. You've really got to wait for potatoes till they sprout.
Yeah, well, we had an experiment and we learnt something.
Yeah, don't plant them until they've sprouted. Okay.
Okay.
So that's all. Thank you.